Good morning. I gave myself 2 days of rest after my 10K and I'm ready to get going again this morning. I'm trying something a little different with my training. And it's a little more structured than it was in the last 2 months. I'm going to be doing cardio Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, and strength training Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. On Saturdays, I'm giving myself the option of either doing a very light day of cardio or taking the day off entirely. It'll depend on how I feel. Even though I'm walking, I can still work on improving my speed, which I'd like to do, and also increasing my cardio fitness. So that's going to be my primary focus of the next few weeks. More speed, more fitness cardio-wise. Tuesdays, which today is Tuesday, I'm dedicating to sprint training. It's high-intensity interval training, and it is the best way to improve your cardio fitness quickly. So I'll be running, and this is the only time I run, and I've done it a few times, and my knee's taken it okay. One of the things I'm not going to do is think that it's going to be okay to run all the time, because I know from past experience that that isn't going to happen. But I can run for 12 minutes, which is 2 minutes of running, 2 minutes of walking, 2 minutes of running, etc. And that is my high intensity sprints. I am going to go absolutely as fast as I can and get my heart rate up as high as I dare, which at this point is about 140, 145. One of the things I've learned in the last few months is I have to warm up. The days when I could just go out and start running or take a brisk walk are over. And that's done pretty easily. It doesn't need to be anything elaborate or lengthy, but it is some hip swings and hip circles, some gentle stretching, and I do this one exercise. I don't know what it's called, but it's really great for getting my glute muscles activated and engaged. The stronger your glutes are, the more activated and engaged they are, the more pressure they take off your knees. It's really critical to do those. So now let's get those shoes on and get out the door. Well, that was fun. I just did my first sprint and I'm trying something different. I am on a hill, on a bike path, but I'm at a different location than I usually go. And I'm using the hill to help with my cardio. And so I'm running up the hill for 2 minutes and then walking down the hill. And then as soon as I get my 2-minute bell, I'll turn around and go up the hill again. But I'll tell you, I was running and I had to slow down because I said I was gonna go as much as I dared, and my heart rate monitor stopped working. It's just an Apple Watch, it's not all that reliable. But it just cut out, but I knew that it was just higher than it should be, so I slowed down. And see, what am I now? I'm 97. Okay, it's down again. Hopefully I'll have a better sense next time, or the next sprint. Oh, here we go. Oh, you want to come with me on this one? I have to remember my good technique, because the tendency is to just kind of fall back into my old habits that I'm so used to. And I've been working on the good habits when I'm walking, but not when I'm running because I do so little. Ooh. sun's coming out. And the sun is making it warm. I had worn a heavier shirt, hoping that I wouldn't have to wear a jacket. And now I wish I had the lighter shirt on. Oh well. Oh, it's 2 minutes yet. Okay, I'm getting to find that these days 140. Oh, and I don't need to have my heart rate monitor tell me that. My body told me that I'd gone too far and needed to slow down. I was at 141 just before. It seems that 135 is great, and that's a sustainable pace. That's the pace I had for my entire walk last weekend, and I felt good afterwards. But boy, sprint going up 140. And in fact, when I got to the finish line, my plan was to sprint over the finish line, and my heart rate got up, I think, to around 140, and I was just like, no, you're not gonna do this. And I can't tell you what sensations. I mean, it's not like things are desperate, or that I'm feeling faint or anything, but I just get the feeling that I can't keep going. So I'm gonna do a few more sprints and I'll check in with you at the end. Okay, hi. Well, I did that. I'll put a screenshot of my heart rate, and let's see, I think I did get it up to 140 again. The interesting thing was my heart rate. When it was 140 beats the first sprint, I had to slow down. By the sixth, it got up, the fifth and sixth, it got up to 140, and I was fine with it. And it felt good. So I guess I just I did warm up, but I guess I hadn't warmed up quite enough. So the first sprint, I should know better. I've done enough sprints over the past 7 or 8 years. I should know that first sprint is a warm-up. So, I'm not an expert on heart rate, and I did have a question on that. All I can tell you is how I do it. And in my training, my long walks, my heart rate averaged about 115 beats a minute. On my medium walks, it was 125. And on the sprints, it was more like 135, 140. The race, there was so much adrenaline, I think, that my average heart rate was 135. And it was pretty consistent the whole way, and I was fine. I never felt faint or even really all that out of breath. So I think once I got warmed up, a heart rate for me of 135 is sustainable. But I needed the adrenaline of the race to keep me going. But I'd like to get there. If I can do that sustainably on my own without the extra adrenaline, I think that I can probably even go faster in my next race. That's totally conjecture. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not an expert. I can only tell you what I'm doing. So if you're curious about what I'm doing with my heart rate, I'm telling you, but don't necessarily copy it. That's my disclaimer. So it's been a great workout, and I'm glad to be back vlogging with you. And I will see you in 2 days. Here's an addendum. Remember I said take care of any aches or little twinges of pain before they become big aches or big twinges of pain? Yep, I'm sitting here icing my knee because it's not horrible, but I'm feeling enough that I need to take care of it. So I am.